Alright, this is a Seagate 80 gigabyte hard drive. I think Board Sword will take them just as they are. They add up pretty quick in weight, decent amount of weight to them. But I like to strip them down. So that's the ground.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Alright, so I done already took 6 screws out the outside. On the hard drive, there's always going to be one hiding somewhere. Most of the time you can run your fingers across there and feel where it dips, and you know where it's at. Just stab the bit in and take it out. So they don't just fall apart after that. You gotta pry it open because they're sealed. That's the inside of your hard drive. Let's see if we can't get you a little bit better view there. So this is where you store all the info. This is sealed going to the outside, where it plugs through and goes to the board. This is your little arm that does the reading. And this is your neodymium magnets. Well, magnet or magnets, it just depends. So we'll go ahead and flip this over and remove the board. So there's 2 types of boards on these. You have your SATA and your non-SATA. All it refers to is the plug. It's nothing super special. It's just this piece right here. So this is going to be SATA because that's a SATA connection. That's the new type of connection. The non-SATA, this will be blocked off. It'll be a rectangle with just straight pins sticking out. Non-SATA is worth more. That's the older version. This is SATA. It's the newer version. It's worth less. But either way, you can sell them to Board Sword, or you can depopulate everything off of here and go for the gold and stuff on there. Totally up to you. Not all the time, but a lot of time the connection here is going to be coated in gold. This one is not, but a lot of times these are, and all you got to do is just stick your screwdriver under there and pry it up, and because it's sealed as well, keep all the moisture and stuff out. And then you have those pins, or you have that connection. Other connections here, these are all gold pinned. We'll get those out in a little bit. So let's see if we can't get this out of here. Be more over there. So some of these actually unscrew, and some of them you just have to break out. Let me get that big screwdriver again. So before you get super crazy with them and go trying to break them out of there, sometimes you just want to take a second and see if you can unscrew it. And that one's unscrewing. So these here, normally once I've pulled the screws out, I just push it pretty hard. Sometimes you can hit it. Knock it on out of there. I normally just tear it off. And, well, that one's not even gold plated. How about that? Most of the time these pins are gold plated, but that one isn't. So now we can get to the other screw here, maybe. And could probably be smaller. This is definitely one of the cheaper hard drives. A lot of times you can work that plate up while you unscrew this and they won't bind. And you can take everything right out of there without any major issues or problems. So this piece right here, not all hard drives are this way, some of them are pressed in, but this is the motor. Easier to get out if it's this way than having to smash it with a hammer and knock it out. There's your motor from it. Those magnets are super strong. Now I normally clean these on up because this is cast aluminum. Takes a few minutes to do it. Not a huge amount of, you know. These can be a pain sometimes to get. Some places want to dock you if you don't have everything clean on it. I need a sharper screwdriver to get that part. That's alright. A lot of these that seal the hard drive, you can just push straight through. It's just basically aluminum and peel off. Sometimes you just gotta do it the old-fashioned way, do a little bit of scraping till you got enough you can get a hold of it. And you can probably toss that in a sheet of aluminum if you want. Entirely up to you. Every scrapyard's different. Like I said, some of them are real picky about you having everything off of there, and some of them don't really care. Some of them do have a stainless steel pin in here, normally on this side, that you have to get off. There's normally a sticker on the outside somewhere that you want to scrape off of there and try to get removed. And there you go, there's a clean piece of cast for you. The weight adds up fast. I had 2 totes of these at one time that I turned in. Brought a couple dollars in. So these, some people use them for different things, and a lot of people just toss them over in the shred. As I said, most of the time there's gold on that. That is not the case on this one. It's normally a really fine gold line that runs down the inside of that to the reader, and quite often there's some gold up here that you can peel off of those. Most of the time this is aluminum wire, not copper. And The rest of this is aluminum, other than your steel piece here. That's aluminum, your rings. Like I said, your motor that comes out of there. Normally these are gold, whatever the connection is. Sometimes it's a ribbon that's glued to the back, sometimes it's pins. These can either be steel or stainless steel. If you're one of those people that separate them and you want to go for max value, I just throw them over in a shred. It's not that much of a difference between steel and stainless. And also, if I'm going to spend the time getting this sticker off and trying to get this off so it's clean stainless, it's, as I said, it's not that much of a difference in price, so it's not worth the time to me. Now, a lot of people like to resell hard drives and stuff like that, and I do not, for a few reasons. Number one, I like to safeguard people's information, and number two, I mean, it's not new, so I don't really even know if it works. Even if I test it, I'm not going to sell it to them and it's going to work for a week and then quit. That just seems to be bad business to me. So I don't like to resell used stuff most of the time unless it's just something that's really good quality. But safeguarding people's information, a lot of times these scratch really easy anyway. So you see all those scratches. So I still do that. And you can send these in for aluminum. But most of the time I'm also going to bend them. Just because it's about impossible to get that bend out and get it perfect where somebody can put it back on a motor and get that information off of there. I normally bend them further than that. And on top of that, you've got all these scratches. You've got deep scratches, and then you've got light surface scratches. So I like to safeguard people's information. I don't want nothing to come back. So-and-so got this from me, or got my information, and it had to be from my computer or whatever. So that's just me. That's how I prefer to do it. Everybody does it differently. So feel free to do it your way. Hope y'all enjoyed.